Ready to play some ball here in Hartford, Hartford, Connecticut. Good start to the broadcast here as your Reading Fightin' Phils take on the Hartford Yard Goats. Game number 4 of the 6-game set. The Fightin' Phils looking to snap a 7-game losing streak here as they fell yesterday 4-3 to Hartford. It was a valiant effort. I mean, it was a great game. The Fightin' Phils got 6 extra base hits. They got 2 doubles and a triple out of Rojas, 2 doubles out of Wendell Rijo, and a 2-run double out of Jack Conley. And the bullpen, electric. Mike Adams, 2 and a third, inherited 2 runners, stranded them both on. No runs. Billy Sullivan an inning, no runs too. And that kept them in the game for as long as possible. In the last 7 losses, they've blown 4 leads. So I think that's the name of the game today. 1 is to get that lead and try to keep it. And 2, to not make an error in the field, because they've made an error in 19 out of the last 21 games, and that's cost them a couple runs here and there, and that could be, the go-ahead run. So they will look to control today's game and snap that losing streak as they will see Noah Goetze, the righty, throwing down to Willie McIver back behind the plate, Daniel Montano in left, Kyle Datris in center, and Zach Veen over in right field. Aaron Schunk stays at third base, Julio Carreras at short, Hunter Stovall at second, and Grant Levine over at first. Kelvis Velez, the crew chief, calling the balls and strikes today. Sean Cassidy shifts down to third, and Jude Corey over at first. As always, the Fightin' Phils will have Johan Rojas leading things on. Carlos De La Cruz stays in that number 2 hole. Wendell Rijo batting third, and Jaylen Ortiz cleaning things up. Ethan Wilson will be the designated hitter today. Aldrim Corridor and Louise Garcia, 6th and 7th, and then Kevin Bacuna and Jack Conley rounding out the starting 9. Can't believe it. First pitch hasn't even come, and the sun is already beginning to set here in Hartford, Connecticut. It'll be pitch black by 8 p.m. today. Just about an hour. Goat sees the righty, a full winds up, and he comes home, and this is lined into left center. On the first pitch of the at-bat, Rojas is going to go for 2. Head first dive in, safe. A double to start things off in the first. Man, he just keeps tacking on those extra base hits. He could have easily stopped at first there. Nobody would have blamed him. Instead, he took off for second, and he gets himself into scoring position here with nobody out. Carlos De La Cruz steps in the righty batter's box. Fightin' Phils 24 and 30 in the second half, and Hartford 28 and 25. Bat on his right shoulder. Rojas shuffles off the bag at second, and Goetze hits a called strike on the outside corner. We've seen Noah a couple times before, including when we were last out at Reading. We played Hartford to start off the month of the August. Now we play them to end the month of August as we trickle into September here. Last few games of the season. 0-1, down low, 1-1. This is game number 124 of 138, including tonight 15 left to go. Goetze's out of the stretch with a runner on. De La Cruz lines this into center field. That's going to drop in. Johan Rojas is held up at third. Instead, it's bobbled by Datris, and coming home easily is Rojas. This throw is errant, and De La Cruz heads to second. A big pickup for the Fightin' Phils as they got on the board early here. An error by the center fielder allowed Rojas to come home and De La Cruz to make another base. He will get credit for an RBI single, and he gets himself into scoring position here with nobody out for Wendell Rijo. Last time Rijo faced Noah Goetze, he had an excellent contest, a solo home run in the first and a couple of RBIs in that game. And he'll have De La Cruz out on second. Nobody out here trying to hammer the starter in the first. Goetze hits the outside corner, a called strike. If you're just joining us, Johan Rojas doubled to lead off this inning on the first pitch of the game. And then De La Cruz singled back up the middle, but an error by the center fielder brought in Rojas, and the Fightin' Phils up 1-0. Wendell takes this in a left field, down the line, and there to make the play is Daniel Montano. 1 out, De La holds up at second. It's one of those things where he almost got too much on it, and it hung up in the sky long enough for the left fielder to track in and make a play. Here is Jaylen Ortiz with a runner on second. And it does look like they're going to give 2 errors to Brent Doyle out in center, because a fielding error that allowed Rojas to score and a throwing error that allowed De La Cruz to move to second. That is tough. But it's a pretty accurate description of what happened. 2 balls, no strikes here to Jaylen Ortiz. They've seen what he can do all series long. Ortiz takes one inside, 3-0. Reading up 1-0 here in the first. Looking to strike again as Jaylen takes ball 4 up and away. That's going to put 2 on, and just 1 out here as the designated hitter Ethan Wilson comes up. Reading getting an early lead here over the Yard Goats. Trying to tack on. It's just 1-0 right now. Inside, a called strike. First lefty bat that Goatsies is going to see here. De La Cruz on second, Ortiz on first. Down in the dirt, good block by McIver back behind the plate. Manager Sean Williams in the third base coach's box looking to wave his runners home here. Gives them some signals as both of them take their lead here. There's a force, which is helpful for the Yard Goats as they've got a shift on this lefty Wilson, who's having a pretty good series. Takes a swinging strike off speed. This is just his second series in Double-A, game number 7. And you can already see that he's settling in really well. Had a nice 3-hit game the other day. Yesterday went 1 for 3, was also intentionally walked in the 9th inning. They didn't even give him any regular pitches. 1-2, drilled up the first base line, foul. Noah Goatsies 4-6 here in Double-A. 20 games, 11 starts for a 4.54 ERA. He's kind of bumped around in the bullpen as well. He's tagged with a loss his last 4 starts. Wilson connects. This is deep to right field. Veen coming over. And he's called off by Brent Doyle, who almost knocks him over, making the play. And it's not deep enough for either runner to tag. Doyle in center there, Veen in right. And it was if they called each other off, it was very late because Doyle just kind of cut in front of him. It's very interesting. Here's Aldrum Corridor with 2 on and now 2 out. The Fightin Phils have a run on the board here, 1-0 on 2 hits and 2 Hartford errors. First pitch outside here. Aldrum had the night off yesterday. We did see a pinch hit appearance in the 9th where he struck out on a controversial checked swing call. Down in the dirt, 2-0. Leaning over, Goatsies out of the stretch here this entire time, ever since actually the first pitch of this game. Corridor bumps this back foul. Signed by the Rockies in 2019. Leaning over, gets the sign from his catcher, McIver. 2 on and 2 out here in the top of the first. Reading leads 1-0. 2-1 to Corridor, sent back foul again, 2-2. Rojas doubled to start off this game on the first pitch of the at-bat. De La Cruz singled to reach, and then Rojas came home on an error. De La Cruz over to second on an error. And then Jaylen Ortiz walked to put 2 on. Down in the dirt. Again, good block by McIver back behind the plate. And it's full. Solid crowd here on a Friday night in Hartford. We've had amazing weather since we've been here, almost bordering on fall weather. It's a little bit chilly. It dropped down to the 60s last night after the sunset. And we'll see how today goes. Here's the payoff pitch. Popped up, foul will go again. It's currently 79 degrees. Not a cloud in the sky and just a really slight breeze. That flag out in left center not moving at all. We'll have to see if it does with the sun setting. I know there's been storms around the Northeast, but we've really been blessed. Nothing here. Runners going. Corridor smashes it back. Foul. Man, he is fighting Noah Goatsies, who's over 20 pitches here, trying to get out of the first inning. He'll see at least offering number 8. And De La and Ortiz were running on contact with 2 outs there. Aldrum deep in the lefty batter's box, awaiting the pitch from Goatsies. Riding up 1-0 here in the top of the first. Payoff pitch. Deep to left field. Going back at the track. And there to make the catch is Montano to end the inning. But the Fightin' Phils do get 1 run on 2 hits and 2 Hartford errors. They lead 1-0 here going into the bottom of the first. The Seidel Auto Group Deck Picnic appeals to both die-hard and casual fans with its summer picnic-like and fun tailgate atmosphere. During your picnic, you may even catch a souvenir, as the area is situated directly in prime home run territory behind the left field wall. Regular season tickets are $30 per person for groups of 20 or more, and children 4 and under are free. Visit Fightins.com/groups or call 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Golden Oaks is an award-winning high-end golf club that offers golfers a country club experience without country club prices. With 5 sets of tees, golfers of every skill level will enjoy their game. Golden Oaks has Bogey's Pub, a beautiful pro shop, driving range, and learning center that will make any visit complete. Golden Oaks Golf Club is the perfect venue for private events and golf outings. Visit us for our newly opened golf simulators, complete with its own bar area and Bogey's Pub menu items available. You can stay in our beautifully restored 1850s farmhouse and then play our award-winning championship golf course. Each room includes full amenities, cable television, and quaint rustic decor. While on the premises, visit Bogey's Pub for lunch, dinner, or a relaxing beverage. We're ready to serve you here at Golden Oaks and look forward to the 2022 season.
Reading up 1-0 here as we go into the bottom of the first. Hunter Stovall leading things off for the Hartford Yard Goats as Taylor Lehman getting the spot start today. Comes home downstairs to Jack Conley for a first pitch ball. Out in left field, Carlos De La Cruz after 2 days at first base. Johan Rojas in center and Jaylen Ortiz over in right field. Lehman is a lefty, the third straight lefty that the Fightin' Phils have started here. Stovall lines this into right. Ortiz tracks it all the way to the wall. Bobble's trying to field it, but he gets it in quick, and it's a stand-up double for Hunter Stovall. So both teams leading off here with a double. And here is Zach Veen. Wendell Rijo over at third. Louise Garcia at short. Kevin Vicuña at second. And Aldrin Corridor checks back in at first base. Jack Conley's going to come out and say something here to Taylor Lehman. Lehman, a former starter, but after Tommy John surgery, he's kind of slid into the bullpen, and he's been a fantastic reliever so far this season for the Fightin' Phils in 11 2/3 innings pitched so far this season. Looks back at second. Now he comes home. A little bit of a bunt attempt there from Zach Veen, but he pulls back and takes a called strike. Lehman, I would think 2 innings, perhaps just 1. We'll have to wait and see what manager Sean Williams does and really what his pitch count is as well. Time is called. And they're saying Taylor violated the pitch clock here, and he was saying the batter is not even in the box. But that's going to be an automatic ball, evening the count at 1. Hunter Stovall double to lead off here in the bottom of the first. Represents that tying run as Reading up by just 1. Inside, 2-1. Should see Griff McGarry at some point out of the bullpen today, whether that be first or second to come out. We'll have to wait and see. I have no vantage point of the bullpen here. I am up the third baseline, and our bullpen is out in left center. I really even can't see left center field at all. Checks his swing, and they say he goes around on the appeal to third, 2-2. Lefty-lefty matchup here with Zach Veen. Lehman looks back at Stovall out on second, who's a little jumpy. He's going to come home with the 2-2. Good frame by Conley, but it's inside. The count is now full. Nobody out here, bottom 1. Twilight here. We've seen a couple of twilight balls in this series. Hopefully nothing will affect the Fightin' Phils defense today. The payoff pitch sent back foul. He'll keep his count. Phillies play today after having a night off yesterday. Not until 10:15, though. They are out on the West Coast against the San Francisco Giants. Kyle Gibson taking the rubber. Lehigh Valley just beginning their game out in Norfolk. Scoreless in the bottom of the first. Payoff pitch. Down in the dirt. Strike 3. Jack Conley has to fire it over to Aldrin Corridor, but they get him there, and Stovall does not advance, so he stays put out on second. There is out number 1 for Taylor Lehman. Here is Aaron Schunk. Jersey Shore scoreless. They're in the top of the second out at Hudson Valley. And the Threshers finished up a rain-delayed game this morning, and now they have a 6:30 start, so this game should be started. And is it? Gunnar Mayer is on the bump for the Threshers today. Wonder if they're in a rain delay again. They've been in a rain delay for like 3 straight days. I don't know how you deal with that out there. That sounds exhausting. but then you get great weather. So, first pitch strike here to the righty Aaron Shunk. Lehman looks back out at second, and he gets a big swinging strike on an off-speed pitch. Down 0-2. Stovall doubled to reach. He's out on second. The Fightin' Phils lead 1-0 here in the bottom half. And Shunk chases an offering in the dirt on 3 straight pitches. Taylor Lehman comes out with strikeout number 2. And suddenly there's 2 outs here in this inning for Kyle Datris. Datris, the designated hitter here today, will bat in the cleanup spot. Had the night off yesterday. Yep, and that second game in Clearwater postponed due to rain. That is excruciating. First pitch ball here. On the right side is Datris. Now he takes one inside, 2-0. Lehman a little bit better against righties. The southpaw averages .222 against righties, and his average against for lefties is .278. Now he hits at the knees fastball, 91 miles an hour, and the count moves 2-1. Redding led off with a double, and Rojas was able to score on De La Cruz's single and a Hartford error. Now Stovall has led off the home half for the Yard Goats with a double, but he is currently stranded there after back-to-back strikeouts by Lehman. He steps off and looks back at the runner. Very carefully, he did that not to balk. You can't make any motion towards home before going backwards, potentially with the throw. Here's the 2-1. Fouled right into the Fightin's dugout. Tried to stop his swing, but made contact, and it evens 2-2. Tying run out on second. Lehman hoping to keep him there. He's got 2 outs. Pitch number 16. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Conley knew it. He's already heading back to the dugout. Lehman ends up striking out 3, stranding a runner on base after a leadoff double. He keeps the Fightin' Phils 1-0 lead on to the second. We go at Dunkin' Donuts Park.
Hey, psst. Yeah, you. You want to buy some low-priced groceries? Just follow me into this well-lit Lidl grocery store. Here at Lidl, we buy in bulk and cut down on costs wherever possible. Then we pass the savings on to you. Trust me, everything's done totally legit and above board. Nothing to be worried about. Yep, Lidl's pretty great. It's just your run-of-the-mill grocery store, except with way lower prices. Lidl. Suspiciously low-priced groceries.
The Reading Fightin' Phils, in conjunction with Savage Auto Group Fiesta Fridays, are proud to partner with eXp Realty Associate Broker Alex Patansis throughout the 2022 season. Visit Alex's convenient website at brgpa.com and search for your perfect home today. His custom search bar makes house hunting online easier than ever, and he's there to answer all your questions. Call Alex today at 610-926-8610. eXp Realty Associate Broker Alex Patansis is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils and all 11 Savage Auto Group Fiesta Friday games during the 2022 season. eXp Realty Group and Alex Patansis, where every move matters. Highline Merchandising, formerly Textiles, is your local small business company that provides screen printing, design, and merchandising services for local, national, and international businesses, bands, shows, and festivals, including 7-time Emmy Award-winning show Schitt's Creek and Unsolved Mysteries. Visit our website at highlinemerchandising.com.
Fightins keep a 1-0 lead going into the second. Louise Garcia, Kevin Vicuña, and Jack Conley are due up. As lefty Garcia takes a called strike inside, Goatse's 22 pitches to get out of the first inning. The Fightin' Phils scored a run on 2 hits and 2 Hartford errors. And he'll pitch out of the windup here. A slow roller over to third. Garcia tries to run it out, but a nice barehanded play by Aaron Schunk at third. And he sends the ball over for out number 1. Really didn't pitch out of a full windup at all in the first inning. It was all out of the stretch because Rojas doubled to reach on the first pitch of the game. And with runners on, you don't want to do that full windup. That takes too much time, and even an extra second given to the base runners, especially somebody like Rojas and De La Cruz, is too much. Here's Kevin Vicuña. Grounds this to the first baseman. Grant Levine's going to make the play unassisted. And there is out number 2, a much more efficient starting of an inning here for Noah Goatse's. Here's Jack Conley in at the right side. Yesterday had a huge 2-out double. Ended up giving the Fightin' Phils an early lead. Takes the ball downstairs, 1-1. Hunter Stovall shaded more towards second base, and Julio Carrera is really deep in the hole at short. 1-1. Hefty swinging strike on an off-speed pitch. Goatse's working much quicker here in the second. 2 ground outs for the Fightin' Phils. Top of the order waiting in the on-deck circle. One, 2, a called strike 3. He's caught looking at the knees. And a 1-2-3 frame for Noah Goatse's. Very quickly puts his team back up to bat in the bottom of the second. The Fightins up by 1.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, "Are you okay?" the hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Berks Immunization Coalition works to provide leadership and education in promoting age-appropriate immunization across the lifespan for all residents of Berks County. This is a coalition comprised of local physicians, nurse practitioners, school nurses, immunization coordinators, immunization advocates, and pharmaceutical representatives working to encourage continuity of immunization through medical resources. They focus on educating both the community and the providers. For more information, please visit www.immunizeba.org and click Local Coalitions.
Fightins go down 1-2-3 in the top of the second, so they take their 1-run lead into the bottom half. Taylor Lehman coming out for another inning of work. He let up a leadoff double in the first, but then he struck out the next 3 batters to put up a donut. 16 offerings, and the first pitch of the second is a ball down and away to Grant Levine. Brent Doyle and Daniel Montano also due up in this frame. Levine's been an absolute star for the Yard Goats this week. thinks about swinging. He keeps the bat on his shoulders, but it's a called strike. 1-1. Chip back foul. And Lehman gets ahead in the count early. 2 strikeouts were swinging, and the final one of the inning was a caught looking. Infield, outfield, back deep here. Baseball under the lights, the most beautiful Friday night lights, in my opinion. Although I know football has started back again. Levine slams this foul as Lehman hits 94 on the radar gun. Lehman comes set. The 1-2, swing and a miss. He struck out the last 4 batters he's seen, out number 1 on the board here in the second. Here's Brent Doyle with 1 away. Reading leads 1 run on 2 hits and 2 Hartford errors, no runs on 1 hit for the Yard Goats. Taylor misses outside, ball number 1. Hefty swinging strike upstairs, 92 with the fastball. Lehman, although from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, chose to go to college at Penn State and signed there in 2018 for the Phillies. Another swinging strike on the fastball, just grazing that outside corner. 1-2. Swing and a miss. 96 for Taylor Lehman. That is 5 straight strikeouts. And he sits down 2 in the second. Here is Daniel Montano. Man, he is flying through these batters. This just misses the outside corner. The lefty Montano's family sitting right in front of me today. They've been here all week from Venezuela. Yesterday had a big run-scoring triple. His first at-bat. Swinging strike as Lehman's slider goes down and away. 1-1. Chipped back foul into the glove of Jack Conley, 1-2. Reading leads 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Taylor Lehman has 2 outs here. Lefty-lefty matchup, the 1-2. Up above the letters, evening the count. Leans over, gets the sign here from Jack Conley. Glove at the waist. Here's the 2-2. Bouncing over the plate. It's now a full count. Wendell Rijo playing in at third. Everybody else in the infield is back near that grass edge. Lehman on the first base side of the rubber. He's got 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Payoff pitch, bounces over the plate. He checks his swing, but he doesn't go around. And after 5 straight strikeouts, there is a walk that allows Montano to reach. Here is Willie McIver. McIver, the catcher today, steps in on the right side, and he takes the first pitch ball down and away. Reading leads 1-0 after a run in the top of the first, trying to hold on to that here in the bottom of the second. Popped up, should be playable in the infield. Kevin Vicuña racing over Aldrum corridor in foul territory. It's fair, it bounces away. Kevin picks it up quickly. McIver gets himself to second. And over to third goes Daniel Montano. It was Aldrum who was tracking it. He calls off Kevin, and then he just can't put a glove on it. I don't know if that's a twilight ball or what. It bounced about 2 feet away from him. Very aggressive celebration by Willie McIver. It's not like he did anything to get there, but obviously taking advantage of a situation. And we'll see a visit here from pitching coach Matt Hockenberry. Obviously, Lehman perfectly capable of getting out of this jam here. He's going to come up. Wendell Rijo will come in, as well as Jack Conley. Two outs, bottom second. The Artphillies lead by 1. And Aldrum never touched that ball. But they are going to give him an error. And now Lehman's got runners on second and third here for the number 9 hitter, Julio Carreras. First pitch sent back foul. Montano on third, McIver on second. 2 outs here, bottom of the second. Big swinging strike. And he's got him 0-2. Lehman working out of the stretch with 2 runners on. The Fightin' Phils looking to keep this 1-run lead. Taylor up to 35 pitches. Looks back at second. Here's the 0-2. Called strike 3. Catches him looking on the corner, and he ends up punching out 3 to get out of this inning, just like he does in the first. He strands 2 runners on the base pass, and he keeps this a 1-run ball game for the Fightin' Phils, who are on top. To the third we go.
Roof Max of West Reading is a safe, easy, proven, and affordable alternative to a complicated and expensive asphalt roof replacement. Roof Max's revolutionary new technology uses natural plant-based bio-oil to restore shingles flexibility and instantly add 5 years of life to a roof. And treatment is around 20% of the cost of a complete roof replacement. From homes to commercial complexes, Roof Max of West Reading can help. Visit GetRoofMax.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phils Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt, and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on the 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating over 70 years of senior living.
Here we go into the top of the third. Taylor Lehman getting the job done, stranding 2 runners on. And Johan Rojas leads off with a bunt that rolls foul down the first base side here in the third. Reading leads 1-0 over the Hartford Yard Goats as Noah Goatsies will start off here. 30 pitches. Rojas doubled a reach to start off the first and then ended up scoring on a Yard Goats error. That's the only run of the game on either side so far. The Yard Goats have had base runners, but 6 total strikeouts, 5 straight from the Fightin and Taylor Lehman. Got the job done, scoreless through 2. Rojas takes a ball that bounces over the plate, evening the count. Solid Friday crowd here in Hartford. They've done pretty well all week with the with back to school. I'm pretty impressed, and they put on a good show here in Connecticut. It's the nicest ballpark in the league because it's the newest. Let's be honest, it's because it was just built. It's a shot over to third. Aaron Shunk fields it on a knee, and he sends it over to first. That was a great play at the hot corner, robbing Johan Rojas for out number 1. Here's Carlos De La Cruz with 1 away. Bouncing over the plate for a first pitch ball. De La singled a reach and moved over on an error back in the first, and that putting that ball in play is really what helped Rojas come home. This is past the diving Shunk, lined on the left side. And De La Cruz will have 2 hits in the game here as the Fightins get a runner on first with 1 away for Wendell Rijo. Rijo lined out to the left fielder his first time. Up a chance to move some runners over here in the top of the third. Takes a pitch upstairs. Goatsies, the righty, up to 35 pitches. This is dribbled foul down the third base side into Hartford's dugout. The Yard Goats are on the third base side and the Fightin' Phils are on the first base side. But then their bullpens are on opposite sides, which I find interesting. So the Fightins' bullpen is in left field and the Yard Goats' bullpen is in right center. So there's a lot of crisscrossing that goes back and forth. Here's the 1-1. This is ground sharply past the diving Aaron Shunk as it hugs third. It goes all the way to the wall. De La Cruz being waved home at third as Rijo pulls up at second. And on the play at the plate, De La Cruz slides under the tag. An RBI single for Wendell Rijo makes it RBI double for Wendell Rijo makes it 2-0. The left fielder Montano looked to field the ball on the ground, and it had so much velocity it actually rolled up his arm and off his chest. He made a good throw to the plate, and then it kind of just popped in and out of the glove of McIver, and Wendell Rijo drives in a run, 2-0 Reading. Should get credit for the double there because unless they give him an error, which I think Rijo was off for second. Anyways, he goes for third. The tag in. in time. Oh, man. Got such a good jump. I'm watching it back. Oh, they did get his foot, and he knew it. They got his foot on the slide in. So Reading loses their base runner here on a caught stealing by Willie McIver. There's 2 outs. Ortiz pops this up. It's going into the stands, and the first pitch was a strike, so it's down 0-2. They're going to give Rijo credit for the double, though. And he does get an RBI then. Makes it 2-0. And he chases a fastball upstairs to go down swinging. The Fightin' Phils pick up another run. De La Cruz singles and comes home on Rijo's double. It's 2-0 Reading. Off to the bottom of the third we go. Griff McGarry checks out of the bullpen here in his first relief appearance of the season, and he's got a 2-run lead to work with as Taylor Lehman allows just 1 hit and 1 walk, and he strikes out 6. That means every single out he got was a strikeout. Very impressive. The Fightin' Phils tack on another run in the top of the third, so on to the bottom half, up 2-0. Violated a pitch clock. We didn't even start the inning. And Jack's going to argue here with the home plate umpire, Kelvis Velez. He's like, we didn't even go yet, though. That's the second pitch clock violation of this game called by Kelvis Velez, and both on the Fightin' Phils. And Griff McGarry hits the strike zone here. He's got the top of the order, Hunter Stovall. Griff comes outside. 2-1. Deep breath by the righty. And this is chipped back foul. Stovall led off this game with a double. Actually, the only hit that Taylor Lehman allowed. And then he struck out the side. So he never moved past second. Griff, a top prospect in the Phillies organization. Number 4 overall. Little chin music to Stovall, bumping him back and making the count full here as McGarry misses inside. 3.26 in 19 starts entirely in this minor league season. 7 starts for the Fightins, and he's pitched out of the bullpen just 4 times in his first professional season in 2021, and that was all in low A Clearwater. Here's the payoff pitch. It's upstairs, and it's ball 4. A leadoff walk here to start the third. He's got a 2-run lead to work with. Phillies trying something here with Griff McGarry, seeing how he does as a reliever. Here's Zach Veen with a runner on first and nobody out. McGarry was removed early from his last start with a blister, so he only went 3 1/3, but prior to that, he was giving the Fightins 5-6 innings. That blister has been a little bit of an issue for him twice this season. But he's at a 1.96 ERA in the month of August, and I guess first appearance in September. A ball and then a big swinging strike on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Obviously, the next 5 batters will be 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Griff leans over, gets the sign from Jack Conley back behind the plate. Now he comes set at the waist. A big deep breath. The 1-1 inside. Still ball, 10 stolen bases in 13 attempts as he shuffles off the bag at first. We'll see if perhaps he tries to move into scoring position and break up the double play ball. The 2-1, chopped back foul into the net behind home plate. McGarry features a fastball, which we've seen 96 so far here. Could top out at 99, a curveball, a slider, and a change. Keeps the ball in his glove as he leans over, right arm dangling. The glove's at his chest. Now he comes set, finding his grip. And Zach Veen steps out, so we're going to do that all again. Two. Breaking ball misses inside. Back-to-back full counts here for Griff McGarry. Fightin' Phillies, 2 runs on 4 hits. They did make an error in the field. No runs on 1 hit with 2 errors for the Yard Goats. A little bit messy today, but the Fightin' Phillies find themselves on top here in the bottom of the third. Payoff pitch, shoved back foul as McGarry hits 97 on the radar gun. $77 1/3 innings of work for Griff this season, 117 strikeouts, so averaging over 1 a frame. Here's the payoff pitch, foul back. The next 3 days, we're going to see big prospects for the Fightin' Phillies on the mound. So today we have McGarry at number 4. Tomorrow is slated to be Painter at number 1, and then Sunday Abel, who's number 2. Of course, those are just probable starters and are subject to change at any time. Payoff pitch, chipped back foul again. Zach Veen fighting. Griff McGarry will see offering number 9 coming up here in a second. He's held batters to just a 173 average so far this season. Righty on lefty matchup, runner on, nobody out. The payoff pitch, and he gets him swinging. Griff hits 97 on the radar gun. There is out number 1 here in the third. His first strikeout, 7 overall for the Yard Goats. Here is Aaron Shunk. Griff's induced 7 ground ball double playouts. We've only seen 1 so far in this entire series. which I feel like is very rare, as the righty takes a called strike on the outside corner. Pickoff attempt at first. Corridor thought he got him. But sliding under the tag is Hunter Stovall. Righty's bat just 192 against Griff. Up high, count evens at 1 apiece. Runner on first, 1 away. The Fightin' Phils up by 2 in the bottom of the third. Griff gets a swinging strike on that changeup, and he gets ahead in the count. Stovall walked to lead off this inning. He shuffles off the bag at first. Righty out of the stretch. This is lined into center field. Rojas coming over. It hangs up in the sky long enough for him to make a catch. And he brings it in quickly. Stovall stays put at first. Now there's 2 for Griff McGarry. The crowd is very hard to determine if you're just listening to the crowd noise, because they thought that was like way out of here, and that was dead to center. I mean, Rojas only took a couple steps in. I think you just get so excited. Ball deep in the air. Here's Kyle Datris with a runner on and 2 away. The DH takes a called strike. Kyle batting .265, leading the team here in the second half. Stovall thinks about going. Conley fires to first. Corridor the tag, not in time. That was well played by the Fightin' Phils defense, and they just can't catch Stovall. You can't hesitate like that if you're Hunter. You got to decide. He got lucky there getting back under the tag as the ball came into Datris. 1-1, down and away. Sun is completely set here, 8:04 p.m. It's pitch black, and the lights illuminating us here at Dunkin' Donuts Park. Fightin's up 2-0. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. And McGarry misses in the dirt, 3-1. Come on, Kyle! Stovall walked to reach. Since then, McGarry's got 2 outs. A called strike on the outside corner with the fastball. Catches Datris, and now he's in this with a full count. They've ran up McGarry's pitch count a little bit with the third full count here of this inning. He's up to 23 offerings, but he's in control. Runner on first, 2 away. The payoff pitch, ground ball over to Wendell Rijo, gobbled up on the run to first, and he makes an excellent play to end the inning. A leadoff walk from Griff McGarry, but he gets out of the frame clean, and he keeps a 2-run lead for the Fightins onto the fourth. It's Redding's turn to bat.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on the 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating over 70 years of senior living.
The time has come for businesses to grow, to prosper, to innovate, to succeed. Tompkins Vist Bank continues to be a leading lender to companies in southeastern Pennsylvania. We make decisions locally and invest locally, so local businesses can thrive. Call a business advisor today and see how we can help your business grow. Tompkins Vist Bank, locally focused, a world of possibilities. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Fightin Phils lead 2-0 here in the top of the fourth inning. Ethan Wilson leading us off. Aldrin Corridor and Louise Garcia also due up in this frame. As Noah Goatsies will stay put on the rubber. 41 pitches for the righty. Wilson bloops this into center field. Going back was Carreras, and a valiant effort by the shortstop on the run back in dead center, and he can't come up with it. A single for Ethan Wilson to start us off in the fourth. Fightin Phils now 2 runs on 5 hits. They did make an error in the field. No runs on 1 hit for the Yard Goats. They've made 2. I will say this entire series has been incredibly entertaining, even though the Fightin Phils are down 0-3. They've been in every single game. Lefty Corridor takes a ball down and away. Wilson had 25 stolen bases out in Jersey Shore. He's been caught once here in AA. And we know the Fightins have been aggressive on the base pass as of late. He shuffles off. Aldrin takes the ball outside, 2-0. Down in the dirt, 3-0. So the Phillies don't play till 10:15 tonight. They are on the West Coast, but the Iron Pigs are down 3-0 out at Norfolk. They're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Corridor just standing there. His pitch comes in the dirt. 4 straight offerings, and he takes a walk down. 2 on and nobody out here for Louise Garcia. Jersey Shore is down by 1. They are in the top of the 5th out at Hudson Valley. Sal Gazzo playing in that game. He is one of the 2 hits for the Blue Claws. Quick meeting at the mound as Willie McIver goes to chat with Goatsies. And the Threshers ended up being rained out tonight. Louise Garcia steps in on the left side here. 2 on and nobody out. Looks to lay down a bunt. Shunk playing in at third as he pulls back. It is a ball. So a long time ago, when Johan Rojas got the call up in the middle of the summer here, I noticed he had a very interesting necklace on. And it was a bedazzled. They don't call it bedazzled. This is a bunt down in no man's land. The pitcher chases it around and everybody is safe. A beautiful bunt single by Louise Garcia. Shunk probably should have came in for that. Instead, he went back to third, and the pitcher just chased it around. And that will load the bases here for the Fightin Phils. It's obviously, it's real gemstones, whatever it is. A lion, and they think it's cool, but they play for the Tigres out in the Dominican Republic. And so I saw it on Rojas, and then a couple days ago I saw it on Garcia. And I've been meaning to chat with them about who started it, which one got it first. Here's Kevin Vicuña. He takes a swinging strike. Bases loaded here. Wilson, Corridor, and Garcia left to right across the diamond. Nobody out. The Fightin' Phils threatening in the top of the fourth, already up by 2. So I finally got to talk to Garcia today, and he said he got it first. Here's the 0-1. Kevin holds off on a ball outside. And he said not even 24 hours later, Johan comes with the same necklace. But he said he asked him permission first. And Garcia granted him permission to wear matching necklaces because they're brothers. They're not brothers, but they're brothers. And it was very sweet. They were joking around about it. Here's a 1-1. Vicuña deep in the hole at short. Dive by Carreras. They'll only get the fours at second, and Kevin drives in a run. Wilson makes it 3-0 on a fielder's choice. That was an impressive stop by the shortstop, and can only get Garcia out at second. Corridor advances to third, and Vicuña safe on that fielder's choice at first. Here's Jack Conley with runners on the corners and just 1 out. Conley came up big for the Fightin' Phils yesterday with a 2-out double that scored 2 runs. He lines this into left field. That's going to drop fair. Coming home easily is Corridor. Vicuña holding up at third, a double for Jack Conley. Makes it 4-0 Reading. That is Reading's third extra base hit of this game here. And there's still 2 on and 1 out as we go to the top of the order for Johan Rojas. We've already seen a couple of bunt attempts here by the Fightin' Phils. Rojas is a guy that you could see try to lay one down and run it out. He's perfectly capable of doing that. But we'll see what he chooses to do. 2 in scoring position and 1 out. A wild pitch comes in the dirt, but it is blocked by McIver. Keeps it in front of him. Inning started off with a bloop single by Ethan Wilson. Corridor walk to reach. That put 2 on. And Garcia's bunt single loaded the bases. 1-0 clips the outside corner to Johan Rojas, 1-1. Then Kevin Vicuña's fielder's choice drove in a run, and Jack Conley followed with an RBI double. And now the Fightin' Phils are up 4-0. 7 hits to just 1 from the Yard Goats. 1-1 shot down the right field line. Bouncing off the wall, Rojas hustling for 2. He drives in 2 runs with his double. And they throw it away. He's going for 3. All the way to third. 5-0 Reading. 6-0 Reading as Vicuña and Conley both come home. As back-to-back doubles for the Fightin' Phils, and Rojas take advantage of a miscue by Carreras at short. And now there's going to be a visit from the pitching coach, Blaine Beatty. And there is somebody up in the Yard Goats bullpen here. Still 1 out. 2 doubles here for Rojas. Yesterday he had 2 doubles and a triple. That's already 5 extra base hits in this series alone. And he's been spectacular in the last 10 games, batting .375. 2 home runs in that period as well. 5 stolen bases. Really impressive work out of the 22-year-old. Everybody heads back to their defensive positions. They're going to play in with Rojas over at third. Just 1 out for Carlos De La Cruz, and the Fightin' Phils lead 6-0. Music still playing as the first pitch comes down, and they try to pick off Rojas at third. McIver fires to the hot corner, but he dives back head first in time. And it was a ball outside. And they that was a strike. The umpire aggressively waving here. They accidentally had that music playing the entire time. This is tipped foul back behind the plate, 0-2. Fightin Phils already have 4 hits in this inning and a walk. And even Kevin Vicuña's out was productive, a fielder's choice, but he gets credit for the RBI. 0-2 down below the knees. De La thinks about chasing, but he holds off. He's 2 for 2 today with a pair of singles and a run scored. And he chases a curveball. Strike 3. There's out number 2 here in the 4th. Here's Wendell Rijo. Doubled in a run back in the 3rd. He and Jaylen Ortiz are the only 2 not to bat in this frame. He'll come up with Johan Rojas on 3rd and 2 away. Up above the letters. Goatse's getting deep in his pitch count here into the 60s. Not sure how long they're going to let him go. Seems like they want him to finish this inning. So there is somebody ready in the bullpen. This is in the dirt as it crosses the plate. McIver's putting in the work back behind the dish, not letting anything get past him. He knows how much speed Rojas has. And there's a wild pitch, goes right to the net, and Rojas comes home safe. 7th run of the game for the Fightin Phils. And the broadcaster's jinx works. Rijo ahead in the count. It is 3-0 now. This is a called strike inside. (3-1) down in the dirt. The inning will continue as Wendell Rijo gets a free pass down to first, and the Fightins will bat through the order. Jaylen Ortiz comes up with 1 on and 1 out, and manager Kristen Orfia has seen enough. He's going to come and take the ball from his starter, so we will take a break. Stuck in a great way in the top of the 4th. The Fightin Phils lead 7-0 over the Hartford Yard Goats. Runner on and 2 outs for Jaylen Ortiz. Here's Jaylen Ortiz as the Fightin' Phils bat through the order in the top of the fourth. They've already scored 5 runs for a 7-0 lead. And the inning continues with Wendell Rijo on first. He'll track back to the starter Noah Goetze as Bobby Johnson checks in for his first AA appearance. And Jaylen Ortiz takes the first pitch ball inside. Ortiz slams this deep to right center field, bouncing it off the wall. It's in play. He's hustling for 2. Racing home is Wendell Rijo. And a double drives in the 8th run of the game for the Fightins. Jaylen gets himself on second here, and that will close the line to Noah Goetze as Bobby Johnson responsible for the runner. Now the Fightin' Phils will bat through the order and then some as Ethan Wilson comes up for the second time here with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. He had a single and scored a run in the 4th. Out in Harrisburg, Reading batted through the order in the 9th inning, and 2 batters were able to have 2 hits in the same frame. That was McCarthy Tatum and Vito Freesia back on August 9th. We'll see if Wilson could do it now as he takes an off-speed pitch inside. Johnson looks back. Now he comes home, blazes 88 past the swinging Wilson, 1-1. 5 hits for the Fightin' Phils in this inning alone. 2 walks, a wild pitch, and an error have not helped the Yard Goats. 93, but it's inside, 2-1. Johnson just assigned to Hartford earlier this week and making his first appearance. 2-1 inside again. Good frame by McIver. 16th round pick back in 2018, spending all of the season in High A Spokane. 34 appearances for a 3.45 ERA. Pretty solid. Here's the 3-1. It almost knocks Wilson down. It is ball 4. And a 2-out walk keeps the inning alive as Wilson reaches base twice this frame. 2 on and 2 out for Aldrum Corridor, who walked to reach and scored a run. Six runs this frame for the Fightin' Phils. They lead 8-0 over the Hartford Yard Goats as Aldrum, and on the left side, takes a first pitch ball. The Yard Goats fans starting a wave here. Died out almost immediately. 1-0, framed perfectly, 1-1. Ortiz out on second. Wilson on first. 2 outs. Inside. What's funny is that the Fightin' Phils friends and family section here in this game is caught in the middle of this wave, and they're participating. Obviously something huge to cheer about on the field right now. Their team's up 8-0, and we're only in the top of the 4th. 2-1. Corridor sends this deep to left center field. Doyle on the run back at the wall, and it's a home run. A 3-run shot for Aldrum Corridor. 11-0 Reading. His 14th of the season, and he keeps the inning alive for the Fightin' Phils. They are pouring it on. Everything from the last 3 games is coming out right now. Here's Louise Garcia, who had a bunt single back in the 4th. He'll come up with the bases cleared and 2 outs. Reading leads 11-0. And they record double-digit hits with Aldrum Corridor's 3-run blast. 9 runs in an inning is tied for the most that Reading's had this season. I was talking about it earlier out in Harrisburg. So they'll do that again here today. Obviously, it's still continuing with 2 outs. Garcia up in the count 2-1. There's a called strike as it evens 2-2. Most runs in a game for Reading, 13. Well, they're well on their way to that. They've already got 11. 2-2, slow roller up the first base side. It stays fair, and it's playable for Grant Levine, and that will end the inning. But the Fightin Phils pour on. Oh, they're going to say it's foul? The first base umpire literally pointed fair. And the home plate umpire, Kelvis Velez, is the crew chief, and I guess he has the final say there. So Garcia's going to get another chance. I could see why Hartford fans would be mad. I could see why the manager, Denner Fee, is out there arguing. I mean, when you have one umpire saying one thing and the other saying another thing, I think everybody's been really frustrated with this crew. Deno's getting upset. He's not being aggressive right now. He is very avidly pointing, gesturing. His reliever is kind of awkwardly waiting because they're right in front of the plate, so he can't even throw warm-up pitches. 6 runs on 9 hits. Yard Goats fans are trying to get their manager ejected here. They keep screaming ejected. Now it's getting more animated. The crowd is cheering him on. The crowd is really into this here. And finally, he's going to turn back and walk to the dugout. Doesn't get the answer he's looking for. But he doesn't get himself ejected. Here's Garcia with a 2-2, and he goes down swinging, so it doesn't end up mattering. But the Fightin Phils score 9 runs on 6 hits, 3 walks, a wild pitch, and an error by the Yard Goats. They leave 11-0, capped off by Aldrim Corridor's 14th home run of the season, on to the bottom of just the 4th here in Hartford. Well, Griff McGarry has to wait quite a while to come out, but I'm sure he doesn't mind here as the Fightin Phils put up 9 runs in the top of the 4th. They lead 11-0. As he comes back, he will see Grant Levine. First 2 strikes, a fastball swinging, makes it 0-2. Yard Goats crowd very invested for an 11-run shutout here. Veen stays alive, chipping it back, foul. McGarry needed 24 offerings to get out of the third. He walked the first batter he saw, but he stayed in it, and he got out clean. Checks his swing, the appeal. No dice. 1-2. There's a called strike 3. The changeup catches him looking on the outside corner. Out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's Brent Doyle.
Come on, stand in! That's hard!
First pitch called strike, the fastball by McGarry. 96, still bringing the heat as he misses downstairs. 1-1, that fastball. 97 if these radar guns are to be believed. Heavy fastball here for strike 2. Infield, outfield, back deep. And he clips the outside corner. Again, going off speed. He catches Doyle looking back-to-back punch-outs for Griff McGarry. And there's 2 here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's Daniel Montano, who walked to reach his first time up. Takes a called strike inside, again with the fastball. So we're seeing heavy fastball for the first 2 or 3 pitches. And then he fools him with the off speed, so he goes again. 97 at the knees. It's fouled back down 0-2. First relief appearance here for Griff McGarry in his second frame. Up to 35 pitches. He's got 2 quick outs here, and he'll have 3. 99 for Griff, a swinging strikeout as he strikes out the side. 1, 2, 3 on just 11 pitches. Very dominant after the Fightin' Phils put up 9 runs in the top half. They lead 11-0, and once again, it's their turn to bat.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Humane Pennsylvania throughout the 2022 season. Humane Pennsylvania is the region's premier leader in animal welfare and empowers the people in our communities to increase their capacity to care for animals so that all animals are healthy, safe, and treated humanely. Humane Pennsylvania is proud to be a Fiesta Friday and Bark in the Park sponsor. Learn more about Humane Pennsylvania and how you can help build the best community for animals anywhere by visiting humanepa.org.
This is the Crazy Hot Dog Vendor coming to you from the radio booth. When I need to get somewhere in a hurry and the ostrich isn't cutting it, I hop on my Harley Davidson from Classic Harley Davidson. It's your one-stop shop for all your Harley needs. They have everything you need from boots, jackets, t-shirts, gloves, mugs, and oh yeah, they have a great selection of bikes too, which are almost as good on gas as an ostrich. Go to Classic Harley Davidson for everything Harley Davidson, and I'll see you at Harley Night.
Into the fifth we go here at Dunkin' Donuts Park. The Fightin' Phils lead 11-0. 10 hits to the Yard Goats 1. And they will make another pitching change, their third pitcher of the game, as Johnson just finishes out the fourth. Here is Garrett Schilling. Schilling will see Kevin Vicuña, Jack Conley, and Johan Rojas here. 1-1 to the righty batter. The righty pitcher gets him to foul it back. 1-2. Reading scoring 1 in the first, 1 in the third, and then 9 in the fourth. That's how they got their 11-run lead. Kevin chases an offering down in the dirt, and there is out number 1.
There you go, Garrett!
Here's Jack Conley. He came up big with a double in the fourth to keep things alive. And now we will have 1 out and nobody on here as he takes the ball down low. Schilling, the reliever here, working with a full windup. Goes off speed, past the swinging Conley. One. Down and away in the dirt. Sends this back foul into the stands. Post-game concert here. They have about one a summer in Hartford, and it's Rob Bass. Really kind of a one-hit wonder guy. If you know the song It Takes Two, I think that's his biggest hit. 2-2 down in the dirt. And I think fans are excited for that. I know the staff was, their team, they were telling me about that. Because Reading has post-game concerts usually 3 times a week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And so, when their broadcaster comes to visit, he talks about how cool it is, and they're having one tonight as Conley goes down on a fastball for out number 2. Back-to-back strikeouts by Schilling puts 2 on the board here in the 5th. And to the top of the order we go. Already having his 4th at-bat is Johan Rojas. He's had 2 doubles, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. Is that good? First pitch called, strike. Schilling sitting at 99. So we'll go over the line scores for those other 2 starters. As Rojas takes a pitch inside. Goatse's torn up over 3 2/3. 8 hits, 8 runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. And then Johnson, just a third of an inning, gives up 2 hits and 3 runs, walks 1, and strikes out 1. Ground ball over to second. Stovall takes it on a knee. He sends it to first. And although Rojas hustles out of the box, there is out number 3. A 1-2-3 frame for the righty Schilling in his first outing of the series. He sits down. The Fightins in order. On to the bottom of the 5th we go. Reading 11, Hartford 0.
The award-winning Reading Hospital Tower Health Character Pool Party provides an unforgettable night out with your family and friends. Enjoy a baseball game while swimming in the 87-degree heated pool directly behind the right field home run wall. Plus, 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and photos and autographs with the crazy hot dog vendor and the Fightin' Phils mascot band. Regular season tickets are $31 per person for groups of 20 or more. Give us a call today at 610-370-BALL.
For top flight local jobs, go with who you know. J.P. Mascaro & Sons, a leading waste removal company. To meet today's employment and service demands brought on by the pandemic, Mascaro is upgrading its already highly competitive employee wage and benefit package for drivers, collection crew helpers, and other positions. Call 888-MASCARO, MASCARO, for details. Work for an established local family business committed to its employees. Again, call 888-MASCARO today or apply online at www.jpmascaro.com. Highline Merchandising, formerly Textiles, is your local small business company that provides screen printing, design, and merchandising services for local, national, and international businesses, bands, shows, and festivals, including 7-time Emmy Award-winning show Schitt's Creek and Unsolved Mysteries. Visit our website at highlinemerchandising.com.
Fightin's turn to the bullpen as Andrew Baker comes in for his second appearance here in Double-A. He gets a ground ball over to Wendell Rijo, and the throw misses the glove of Aldrim Corridor, and so safe at first to start off the bottom of the fifth is Willie McIver. Baker pitched a third of an inning on Tuesday nights, and he inherited some runners and he stranded them both, so comes out with a clean ERA here. Just used 4 pitches on Tuesday. He'll work with a runner on and nobody out as Julio Carreras drives it back foul. If the radar gun is to be believed, he just threw a 101-mile-an-hour fastball. Now, I know for a fact that confirmed he threw triple digits in Jersey. So we will have to assume that that's correct. And I think it's fun to assume that as he hits 100 again for a strike, 0-2. And the error goes on Wendell Rijo there that allowed McIver to reach. Righty deals, sent back foul. There are a couple of guys, there are a handful of guys that can reach triple digits. I know McKinley Moore did so earlier this season. A couple other guys, I think of Frady Gomez maybe. But it's not common in this level, and so it's very exciting. Here's the 0-2. Outside, goes off speed. He brings 101 down to 86, but it's outside. So it's 1-2. He chases down and away, and there's an out for Andrew Baker here as he leaves the runner on first. We'll go to the top of the order with Hunter Stovall. So the final line coming in on Griff McGarry in what I would consider to be a successful relief appearances. 2 innings of work, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. So with Lehman 6, McGarry's 4, and 1 here by Andrew Baker, the Fightin' Phils have now struck out 11 batters of the Hartford Yard Goats. And that means just 2 outs didn't come by strikeout. 1 line out and 1 ground out. First pitch strike, then a ball outside here. McGarry threw 36 pitches. And, oh my gosh, so did Lehman. That's weird. They both had 24 strikes? That's weird. 36 pitches, 24 strikes. Here's the 1-1. Sent back foul, 1-2. McIver reached on an error here in the bottom of the 5th. 1 out for Andrew Baker. He's got an 11-0 lead to work with. Fightin' Phil's 10 hits to the Yard Goats 1. Both teams have made a couple of errors in the field. Trying to keep this shutout going. Baker sets up on the first base side of the rubber. Hunter Stovall in the righty batter's box. Popped up foul. It's going to go on the street. So 11 strikeouts for the Fightins in a 9-inning game. The most they've done is 16 on June 10th. And I think I have an all-time high at some point as Stovall takes one outside. 2-2. Team strikeouts is 18. So 18 is a Fightins record. 16 for this season in a 9-inning contest. Runner on, one out here for Baker. Takes a deep breath, now he comes set. 2-2. Popped up foul, again it's going to go on to the street. And if you're driving by on that street, it's not a highway, but it's a pretty busy street, there are going to be foul balls that are coming down on your car. If you're driving on the street behind this park, you might get a home run or two. Bouncing it over the plate, Conley fires down to first. It's a little too late as McIver dives back in time. It's a full count here to Hunter Stovall. Baker called up to the Fightin' Phils on the 29th of August, so he just joined us on the bus for this road trip and the final 3 weeks of the season here in Double-A, with a couple of relievers getting that call up right back to the pitcher, over to second, on to first, and they turn two. Well played by the pitcher to grab the baseball down at his ankles. And it was sharp off the bat by Stovall. The foresight to throw it to second, Vicuña on to first, and a double play keeps the shutout. The Fightin' Phils up 11-0 on to the sixth. We go.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Hispanic and Latino culture during 12 Friday home games this season. With Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays presented by eXp Realty, Breakthrough Beverage, Humane Pennsylvania, Origlio Beverage, and Mal Beer. Fiesta Fridays feature special Los Luchador de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural elements throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL or visiting us at the Weidenhammer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phils Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, two great hometown partners.
Savage Auto Group is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoy an Our Phils game, great food, music, and entertainment. The team will play in their Los Luchadores de Reading Latino tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage Auto Group, Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all your automotive needs.
The Hartford Junior Fire Marshal Program celebrates 75 years of fire safety education. The Game Spotlight Restaurant is Avon Prime Meats. Visit them at 385 West Main Street, Avon, and online at avonprimemeats.com. Left fielder number 45, Carlos de la Cruz.
Into the sixth inning, Garrett Schilling's going to get another frame of work after sitting down the Fightins 1-2-3 in the fifth. He'll see De La Cruz, Rijo, and Ortiz as Carlos takes a swinging strike. Sent back foul, down 0-2. The Fightin' Phils up 11-0. They're out hitting the Yard Goats 10-1. Although I will say both teams have made a couple of errors in the field today. the 0-2. Schilling comes inside and it actually hits the elbow of De La Cruz, and a hit by pitch. Gonna put the runner on first here to start off this frame. Here's Wendell Rijo. Excellent day, a run scoring double, a walk, and a run scored himself. First pitch in for a called strike. Deep in the hole at short, Carreras off to second, and they turn two. 6-4-3. We'll clear the bases and put 2 outs on the board here for Schilling. Well played by Carreras. He's been so good and also making an error in this game at the same time, but we've seen some serious flashes of greatness out at short. Some really great effort, at the very least. He's the number 28 prospect for the Rockies, and he's young. He's just getting his call up here to Double-A. He's only played in 10 games, and he's just 22 years old. Here's Jaylen Ortiz. He takes the first pitch ball and then a swinging strike off speed. Jaylen grounds this right past Grant Levine. Tries to get a glove on it. Instead, it goes to right field. Ortiz is going to take off for 2. The throw is no good, and he slides in. Now, Levine should have had that ball at first, but it took an interesting hop, so we'll see how they call that. Either way, Jaylen Ortiz takes advantage of it and gets himself into scoring position here for Ethan Wilson. I don't know. The scorers here are very back and forth, so I'll have to wait. Maybe I'll lean out the window and see what they do. They give the Yard Goats an error. So Jaylen will not get credit for that hit. As he gets himself on second here for the lefty, Ethan Wilson takes a back foot slider that misses ball 1. Fightin' Phil's 11 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors in the field. Hartford no runs on 1 hit, 4 errors in the field. Back foot slider that misses again. This is well struck by Wilson. Deep to right center field. Racing over is Doyle, and he makes the catch on the run. And there is out number 3. The Fightin' Phils get a hit, but they can't put a run on the board. They lead 11-0 as we head into the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting, number 15, Veen.
Into the bottom of the 6th we go. Fightin' Phillies lead 11-0. And Andrew Baker is going to get a second inning of work after getting out facing the minimum in the 5th. He'll see Zach Veen, Aaron Schunk, and Kyle Datries. There's a called strike inside. Baker keeping his velo up. Just 14 pitches, but he hits 98 on the radar gun. We've seen triple digits a couple times. We see there, fastball up and away, 1-1. The Fightin' Phils scored a run in the 1st inning as Johan Rojas led off with a double, came home on De La Cruz's single and an error. Wendell Rijo drove in De La Cruz in the 3rd. They were up 2-0. Down and inside, 2-1. But then they poured it on in the 4th, 9 runs on 6 hits, 3 walks, and a Yard Goats error. And they lead 11-0. That inning capped off by Aldrum Corridor's 14th home run of the season. And there's strike 3. Off speed, he drops 101 down to 87. And he catches Zach Veen chasing down in the dirt. And there's out number 1. Strikeout number 2 for Baker, number 12 for the Yard Goats tonight.
Now batting, Aaron Schunk.
There's a big swinging strike as he starts it off. Popped up. Foul off the light pole, and it dribbles back into the first row of the stands. There's a chase for the foul ball. Slow roller down the third baseline. It's foul. And Baker has been ahead in, I think, every count. He's got a 0-2. And he checks his swing down in the dirt. The appeal, he goes around. Back-to-back punchies for Andrew Baker to start off the bottom of the 6th. 13 strikeouts by the Phils pitching staff tonight.
Pitching, number 9, Tyler Hill.
And here is Tyler Hill. They're going to pinch hit for Kyle Datries here, the designated hitter, as he steps in on the right side. First pitch ball here to the righty batter. I wonder if they'll start putting in some bench players here at the midway point in this game. Up and in to Hill, 2-0. popped up foul. Out of the ballpark. 2-1. Crowd still heavily invested in this game here in Hartford, despite the 11-run lead by the Fightin' Phils, despite having just one hit, despite their team making 4 errors today. This is out to center field. Rojas takes about one step to his left, a can of corn for the center fielder, and another 1-2-3 frame for Andrew Baker. Very successful here in Double-A. He sits down the Yard Goats in order. 11-0 Reading on to the 7th.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Berks Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Berks Packing provides America's classic ballpark with quality products, including the highly acclaimed flat-top grilled hot dog. Join us for Berks Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long at Burst Energy Stadium.
Lidl is a normal grocery store with aisles and shelves and high-quality groceries. But only Lidl has really low prices. Like so low they're too good to be true. But true. Lidl, suspiciously low-priced groceries.
To the 7th we go here at Dunkin' Donuts Park. The Fightin' Phils lead 11-0 as Aldrum Corridor steps in to start things off. He takes a first pitch strike. Louise Garcia and Kevin Vicuña also due up, and Garrett Schilling is getting another inning of work as Corridor sends this back foul. He's down 0-2. Schilling just 24 pitches. 2 clean innings here for the Yard Goats. And he goes down on strikes. There's out number 1 in the 7th. Here's Louise Garcia. 1 for 3 with a bunt single back in the 4th. Takes a first pitch ball. Big shift for the lefty batter, Aaron Schunk, playing in the shortstop position. And Julio Carrera's back behind second. This is corkscrewed foul into the Fightin's dugout. Ortiz giving him cheers. You didn't hit me there. Takes a swinging strike, 1-2. Fightin' Phil's 10 hits to the Yard Goats, 1 today. Everybody in the starting lineup getting a hit except Kevin Vicuña here as he comes up to bat. Garcia goes down on strikes. Back-to-back Ks here for Garrett Schilling. Puts 2 outs on the board. Here is Kevin Vicuña. He did get credit for an RBI and then when he reached on a fielder's choice, and he also scored a run. So he's certainly been helpful in this game, including a big double play ball back in the 6th. Takes ball 1 here. Righty-righty matchup, 2 outs, top of the 7th. This is lined into right center field. That's going to drop in, and everybody in the starting 9 has a hit today. That might be my favorite part of this game. Here's Jack Conley with a runner on and 2 outs. Jack dribbles this foul. He's 1 for 3, an RBI double and a pair of strikeouts. Coming set, glove at the waist. Here's the 0-1. Line down the left field line, foul. 0-2. Kevin out at first. Nobody really holding him on. Levine is well off the bag. 2 outs. He'll be going on contact. 0-2 down and away. Jack takes. Chopped foul over to the Yard Goats dugout. He'll keep his count. Schilling now up to 37 offerings here. Nobody up in the bullpen. They need to get some innings out of him here today. Still 2 more games in the series. Tomorrow, Saturday, a 6:05 start. And then Sunday is 1:05, slated to be Andrew Painter and Mick Abel as Conley takes a swinging strike down in the dirt. And there is out number 3 to end the inning, although he allows a base hit. Garrett Schilling sits down the Fightins on strikeouts. Stretch time here at the ballpark. Reading leads 11-0.
K Pool and Spa offers a variety of expert services for both in and above ground pools and hot tubs. They provide the service for Pool Pavilion at the First Energy Stadium and keep it clean and maintained throughout the entire season. Based in Reading, Pennsylvania, they've been family owned and operated for 40 years. Turn to K Pool and Spa for the best value and professional service.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider for the R-Phils. International Fireworks shoots all 33 fireworks shows throughout the R-Phils season, including 6 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a retail store in nearby Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksrus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the R-Phils.
Looking for the place to have the ultimate family fun at the Fightin' Phils game? Look no further than Capital Blue Cross Funland. Capital Blue Cross Funland features the most exciting games and entertainment at the ballpark, including speed pitch, mini golf, ring toss and peach basket toss, mascot autograph booth, a bounce house, and the incredible giant inflatable slide. Bring your family to all the fun at their next R-Phils game at Capital Blue Cross Funland.
Aidan Anderson checks into the game out of the bullpen here. He inherits an 11-run lead in the bottom of the 7th inning. He will see Grant Levine, Brent Doyle, and Daniel Montano as Levine sends this back foul. And then an offering in the dirt evens the count at 1. Andrew Baker, in his first hefty Double-A appearance, check swing there by Levine, and they say he goes around 1 and 2. 2 innings of clean work, 3 strikeouts on 27 pitches. Very efficient, and he keeps this shutout alive. And Anderson will try as well. The 1-2. Levine chases the fastball on the outside corner. Strikeout number 1. Out number 1 here for Aidan Anderson. And strikeout number, 14 for the Yard Goats? There's a first pitch swinging strike as he goes off speed. Ground ball up the middle. Kevin Vicuña backhands it, fires over to first. Actually, a very impressive defensive play. The throw was just late. But he stops it from going into the outfield. Quite a bit of range by Kevin Vicuña there, flashing some leather. And he makes the throw from the seated position, but safe at first is Brent Doyle, and that's only their second hit of the game. The first hit they've had since Hunter Stovall led off this game with a double. First pitch inside as a ball to Daniel Montano, who walked to reach. Just one of a handful of base runners for the Yard Goats tonight as Anderson comes inside 2-0. The Phillies start about an hour on the West Coast out at the Giants. And Lehigh Valley is playing Norfolk. They are down by 3 in the bottom of the 7th on the road. There's a swinging strike. Jersey Shore tied 2-2 out at Hudson Valley. They're going into the bottom of the 8th inning. And Clearwater was rained out tonight, so just those 3 games happening right now. Here's the 2-1 from Anderson. This is lined past Aldrum Corridor and into right field. Ortiz chases it to the wall. Being held up at third is Brent Doyle. A double for Daniel Montano. Puts 2 in scoring position with 1 out here for Aidan Anderson. Fightin Phils have a comfortable 11-run lead, but we're going to keep a shutout here late in the game. Here's Willie McIver, who's reached twice on errors. Takes the first pitch ball outside. First swinging strike makes it 1-1. Chase is down in the dirt on Anderson's 90-mile-an-hour fastball. One, two. Wild pitch gets past Jack Conley. That's going to drive in a run here. So both teams have scored a run on a wild pitch today as Brent Doyle crosses the plate. The Yard Goats are not going to get shut out tonight as the crowd cheers electrically for 1 run. and Daniel Montano does advance over to third. This is smacked out to shallow right field. Kevin Vicuña going back. He's called off by Jaylen Ortiz. And that is the right call because Jaylen momentum is coming in towards this field. And he makes a quick throw in to hold up the runner at third. Kevin was backpedaling while able to make the play. You're off balance and it's harder to throw it back in. So that was really good, mature communication by Jaylen Ortiz to call him off and make the catch on the run in. For out number 2, here is Julio Carreras. This is sent back foul. Another one, chipped back foul, 0-2. Here to Julio Carreras quickly. Popped up. Conley rips off his mask. There's to make the catch in foul territory right alongside the dish, and that will end the inning. The Yard Goats do get on the board here. 1 run on 2 hits and a wild pitch, but they're down by 10 as we go into the 8th inning at Dunkin' Donuts Park.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin' Phil's game ticket for only $19. No need to visit the concession stands. You can add a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet to any ticket. This selection includes barbecue chicken, barbecue sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, mac and cheese, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, fruit, cookies, and all Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL, order online at Fightins.com, or visit the Wide and Hammer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
Unlike any other area in First Energy Stadium, the Savage 61 dugout suite puts you in the closest seat to the action on field, located just feet away from the diamond on the first base side. With covered seating, abilities in motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around, your group will thank you over and over again for this one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the dugout suite start at $25 and include options to add food and drink packages.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Mao Beer and Stockertown Beverage throughout the 2022 season. Mao Beer and Mao's Cinco Estrellas Lager, which is available in the Stadium Plaza Bar, has 128 amazing years of brewing history. Make sure to pick up Mao Beer and Mao's Cinco Estrellas Lager at First Energy Stadium at our Plaza Bar throughout the 2022 season and through our partner in Stockertown Beverage. Mao Beer will be on site for all of our Fiesta Friday games with samplings of their amazing Cinco Estrellas Lager. Mao Beer is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils and all Fiesta Friday celebration games. Mao Beer, the 5-star taste and quintessential beer from Madrid. Please drink responsibly.
Hartford gets on the board in the bottom of the 7th, but Reading leads by 10. And they'll see a new pitcher, Dugan Darnell. And the top of the order, Rojas, De La Cruz, and Wendell Rijo due up here. A little chin music to Johan for ball number 1. Garrett Schilling, an impressive 3 innings of work, just 1 hit, 5 strikeouts on 38 pitches. And now we'll hand the ball over to the 4th pitcher for the Yard Goats today. There's a ball down in the dirt. Two and one. Shot up the first base side, foul into the protective netting over there. Just discussing with their broadcaster the importance of that protective netting. They have it really well here in Hartford. And, you know, it's to the point where you don't even notice it there after an inning. Like, I sit behind it. Every stadium I go to, it doesn't affect me calling, watching, enjoying the game at all whatsoever. You know what would affect me? Getting hit in the head with a foul ball. That would probably do it. Here's Rojas swinging through a fastball. There is out number 1 to start off the 8th inning as Carlos De La Cruz comes up. Slow windup by Darnell as he fires the baseball in the dirt here to De La, who is 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. He was also hit by a pitch. First time we're seeing Darnell in this series. Though we saw him out in Reading earlier. This is chipped over to the shortstop. Carreras double grips and then makes the play over to first for out number 2. Here is Wendell Rijo. Rijo takes the ball outside. And there's a called strike that hits the knees. 25 years old. Darnell out of Michigan, went to Adrian College in Michigan. Righty turns all the way around, a big leg kick down below the knees. 2-1. Fightin' Phil's 11 hits on 11 runs on 11 hits, and the Yard Goats 1 run on 3 hits. Two outs, top 8. Wendell Rijo chases a 97-mile-an-hour fastball and comes up with nothing, 2-2. Yard Goats to the home team. They haven't had to bat in the bottom of the 9th this entire series. They will have to tonight. Rijo digs in deep in the righty batter's box. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. The 2-2 pitch. Popped foul into the stands. Will go again. Everybody in the starting 9 for the Fightin' Phils getting a hit in the contest today. At least one. A couple of guys getting 2. Aldrin Corridor, a big 3-run home run to cap off a 9-run 4th inning. And he takes a called strike 3 on the outside corner, and he knows it. A 1-2-3 frame out of Dugan Darnell in relief. On to the bottom of the 8th we go here at Dunkin' Donuts Park.
Hey fans, do you know your mud hens from your trash pandas? Then play Minor League Rundown, the official free-to-play game of minor league baseball, and compete for tickets and game day experiences. Rundown is made for masters of ballpark trivia. Playing is free and easy on any mobile device. Just head on over to www.ballyplay.com to sign up and play. Return for each open round to vie for more prizes, including the grand prize to attend Championship Weekend in Las Vegas this October. It's never been this fun to get caught in a rundown.
Second baseman number 0, Hunter Stovall.
Anderson's going to get a second inning here. He'll see the top of the order for the bottom of the 8th inning as Reading leads Hartford 11-1 in these final 2 frames. Anderson will see Stovall, Veen, and Shunk. And he misses outside ball number 1. 20 pitches to get out of the 7th out, allowed 1 run on 2 hits and a wild pitch. But the Fightin' Phils have given a good lead. There's a swinging strike on a breaking ball. Down and away, 2-1. This is golfed into center field. Johan Rojas doesn't even take a step. He just puts his glove in the air, Sandlot style. And there's out number 1. Here is Zach Veen. 0 for 3 today, all 3 strikeouts. The most that a batter has struck out against a Fightin' Phil is 4 times. That was Orelvis Martinez of New Hampshire in a 9-inning game. In an extra inning game, Tyreek Reed struck out 5 times against the Fightin' Phil's pitching staff. Another lefty here for Anderson to see. First pitch ball. Deep in the hole at second, diving Vicuña, spin move on his feet. What a play! The second baseman flashing the leather. A huge out number 2 as Anderson gives him some credit there. Keeps the Yard Goats off the base pass. Here's Aaron Shunk. First pitch down on the dirt. 1-0. Anderson fires outside. 2-0. There's a called strike with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. This is slammed back into the net behind home plate, and he evens the count 2-2. 2 outs quickly here for Anderson in the bottom of the 8th. This is sent foul up the third baseline. He'll keep his count. Both teams will bat in the 9th inning. When the Fightin' Phils come up in the top half, they'll have Ortiz, Wilson, and Corridor. They have a 10-run lead right now over the Hartford Yard Goats in the bottom of the 8th. Anderson trying to get out of this one clean. 2 outs on the board, nobody on base. The 2-2 grounded right through the glove of Aldrum Corridor. And safe at first is Aaron Shunk. It just, you know what? It actually just took an awkward bounce off the dirt and into the outfield. Looked like it was going for his glove, and then it took a hop. Here's Tyler Hill with a runner on and 2 away. Oh, if they give him a hit for that, they got to give Jaylen a hit for the other one. I rest my case on that double then. This is blooped into right field. It's going to drop in front of Jaylen Ortiz and Kevin Vicuña. They fired in quickly. A blooper single continues the inning.
First base number 33, Veen.
Back-to-back odd singles by the Hartford Yard Goats. Puts 2 on and 2 out here. Anderson working out of the stretch. He'll see Grant Levine. This is grounded to Aldrum Corridor. A race to the bag, but the first baseman gets there in time. And that will end the inning. 2 hits by the Yard Goats, but Anderson strands them both on the base pass. On to the 9th. We go up by 10. Into the 9th we go. Ortiz, Wilson, Corridor due up. The Fightin' Phils leading 11-1. And Jaylen takes a first pitch strike. Dugan Darnell staying out in this game after a 1-2-3-8 on just 13 pitches. Now down in the dirt. This is the first time that the Yard Goats are going to have to play in the bottom of the 9th inning. As the Fightin' Phils lead 11-1 here. There's a called strike on the outside corner. Darnell hitting 97. 1-2. Jaylen swings through a fastball, and there is out number 1 here in the ninth. Here's Ethan Wilson. 1 for 3 with a single, a walk, 2 run scores, and 2 flyouts to center field. Righty-lefty matchup. And he lines this into left field. Fair! Bouncing down the line, he's hustling for 2. A stand-up double here in the ninth. He'll have 2 hits today. We love that. Everybody in the starting 9 getting at least 1 hit today, which is really awesome. Here's Aldrim Corridor again from the left side. Big swinging strike. Darnell deals. This is shoved back foul, pounding the zone with the fastball here. He's got his glove way back behind his right shoulder. He kind of looks like the way that Mike Adams sets up, where you way back behind the head and the shoulder. Runner on second, 1 out. Here's the 0-2. Corridor goes down swinging on some high heat upstairs. And there is out number 2 here for Louise Garcia. A lot of strikeouts on either side. That is 13 strikeouts for the Fightins, and the Yard Goats have struck out 14 times. Obviously, 2/3 of an inning extra here for the Fightin' Phils, who are out hitting the Yard Goats 12-5. Garcia takes a ball up above the letters, 1-0. There's a called strike on the corner, 1-1. Runner on second, Ethan Wilson after doubling. 2 outs in the top of the ninth. Garcia dribbles this one. Foul up the first base side. It took a couple of hops fair, but then it rolled foul. Wilson going on contact was almost home. He's going to have to go back to second. 11-1 Fightins. It's been that way really since that 9-run fourth. Just a fun game here all around. Good pitching, good hitting, good base running. Up and in here to Garcia. And he stays alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second. Called strike at the knees, and that will end the top of the ninth for the Fightins. They get a hit, but they strand him on. To the bottom half we go. Reading 11. Hartford 1. Down to the bottom of the ninth, we go. Adam Leverett checks in from the bullpen here, looking for 3 outs as the Fightin' Phils give him an 11-1 lead to work with. He'll see Brent Doyle, Daniel Montano, and Willie McIver as Doyle shoves this back foul. 91-mile-an-hour fastball from Leverett. He scored the only run of the game for the Yard Goats, and it was on a wild pitch back in the 7th. Another one back foul, and he's down 0-2. Aidan Anderson finishes after 2 innings of work. The righty reliever allowed just 4 hits, 1 run, no walks, and 1 strikeout on a total of 35 pitches as Leverett misses in the dirt. 1-2. Adam's been very successful out of the bullpen after 12 starts. He made the switch. And he's been a lot of fun to watch. He says he likes the spontaneity of it. Last appearance, 2 2/3, just 1 run, 4 strikeouts. And we'll see what he does here. Try to get us a quick bottom of the ninth. The Fightin' Phils 12 hits, the Yard Goats just 5. There have been 6 total errors in this game. Here's the 1-2. Down and away, the count evens. You know what it's about today is that the hitting and the pitching were both so on point. I mean, it's fun to have one or the other, but it's amazing when both click. This is a bullet out to left field. That is way out of this ballpark. A solo shot by Brent Doyle makes it 11-2. The Yard Goats trail by 9. And he's had the only runs of the game for Hartford today, as he puts a run on the board in the bottom of the ninth. He unloaded on that pitch. His 19th homer of the season. Here's Daniel Montano. Adam still looks for out number 1 here. And the bottom of the ninth. The first time the Yard Goats are seeing the bottom of the ninth in this series. Since winning the past 3 games, the Fightin' Phils looking to snap a 7-game losing streak. And they have a chance to do it here, up by 9. This is lined over the head of Aldrin Corridor down the right field line. And the Yard Goats are looking to rally here in the bottom of the ninth. Ortiz gets to that quickly, and Montano stays put at first. These are the only guys with hits, though. They've now had 4 of the Yard Goats' 7 today. This is a ground ball left side. Garcia, Vicuña, Corridor. And there's 2 outs, and I don't know what was going on with Daniel Montano. He slid at about the midway point between first and second. He didn't even, maybe he tripped. He didn't even make it to second base to try to cut up the throw. A good double play ball for the Fightin' Phils, puts 2 outs on the board, and it clears the base pass for the number 9 hitter, Julio Carreras, and Leverett is 1 out away from ending this game. First pitch ball, then the second one hits the outside corner. 1-1. Adam misses outside, 2-1. Titans lead by 9 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 2 outs on the board for the Yard Goats. Adam deals a big swinging strike out of Carreras, who's 0 for 3 today, and the count evens at 2. There's a ball outside, full count. Adam, one strike away from getting out of this ball game and giving the Fightin' Phils a victory. They lead 11-2. Here's the payoff pitch, grounded up the middle, but Kevin Vicuña was waiting. Over to first, and that will do it. The Fightin' Phils, a big victory. They snap a 7-game losing streak in the most impressive way possible. 11 runs on 12 hits. They beat the Yard Goats by 9. The bullpen was impressive. The hitting was impressive. All around, just a really great game as everybody in the starting 9 recorded a hit for the Fightin' Phils. And Reading takes a big 11-2 victory. Tomorrow night's game, a 6:05 start here at Hartford. Andrew Painter is the probable starter versus Noah Davis for the Hartford Yard Goats. Those are big prospects. Number 1 in the Phillies organization is Andrew Painter. And Noah Davis, I believe he's up there as well. So we'll see you all tomorrow at 6:05 here at Dunkin' Donuts Park. Fans, thanks so much for joining us. Your final score, Reading 11, Hartford